06/420 IPC against the petitioner pending before the Chief Judicial Magistrate Dimapur and its constitutional proceedings in taking cognizance and the summon dated 9/3/2000 by the CGM Dimapur is hereby set aside and was accordingly criminal petition is allowed.
Yes, your lordship.
May I please, your lordship?
Yes.
Lordship, for admission item 60, your lordship, may I pray this matter be listed after 3 weeks?
1660.
60. Yes, your lordship.
नहीं करेगा वो.
This is not admission, it's hearing.
Lordship.
60, it's hearing.
60, yes, your lordship. For
Why
hearing,
it
lordship.
should be adjourned?
Lordship, on the last occasion, this court has directed the petitioner to implead Home Commissioner as a respondent. And this morning only, I've received a service copy. So I need some time to obtain instruction from the Home Commissioner, your lordship.
Which order?
Order dated 28th of June, your lordship, 2023. 28th of June,
Commissioner Home has to be
impleaded as a party, yes, your lordship.
You are for?
For the state respondents. Your lordship.
Why you should implead? This petitioner has to implead.
Yes, the petitioner. So that's why the recast petition, your lordship, yes, I have recently received the recast petition. So in order to obtain instruction from the Home Commissioner, your lordship, some time may be granted.
Okay. Recast petition is
Yes,
already filed.
yes, your lordship.
So and so learned counsel for the state respondents, government counsel.
Yes, your lordship.
Submits that she has received the recast writ petition
Yes, your lordship.
this morning, wherein the Commissioner Home has been included as a party respondent. Therefore, she needs some time to obtain
Yes.
instruction from the concerned respondent. In view of the above, this matter after 2 weeks,
3 weeks, your
3
lordship.
weeks.
Obliged, your lordship.
May I please, your lordship,
Yes,
may we please to mention item number 54, your lordship,
54.
your lordship. Your lordship, the complaint order is yet to reach me, so let the matter come up on Tuesday again, your lordship.
On the prayer of MS so and so learned counsel for the Alice contender,
Yes, I'm appealing for both the condemner.
Alice
For all.
contenders. List this matter on next Tuesday.
Yes,
That
your
is-
lordship.
Which day? 25th.
Much obliged, your lordship.
To obtain the compliance.
Complaints order,
Complaints order. List this matter on so and so.
much obliged.
May I please, your lordship?
Yes,
Your lordship, I would like to mention for item number 69 to 71. On behalf of the petitioner, it has been listed for hearing. However, the petitioner would like to take some time.
60,
69 to 71, your lordship.
69 to 71. You are for petitioner.
Yes, your lordship.
Objection.
No objection, lordship.
When it should be
After 2 weeks, your lordship.
on the prayer of learned counsel for the petitioner. List this matter after 2 weeks. Prayer not being opposed by the learned counsel respondent.
Yes, ma'am.
Much
Obliged, lordship.
obliged.
May it please, your lordship,
Yes.
I'd like to mention hearing item number 61 and 62.
61.
I'm standing on behalf of Arulu. If your lordship may kindly fix this matter after 2 weeks' time.
On the prayer of
Lordship, I'm for the private respondents. I'm not agreeable to the adjournment sought. If a short date may be fixed and no further adjournment may be granted on the next day.
you want fix that only.
Yes.
Mr. So and so, learned counsel for the petitioner. Press for adjournment of the matter for 2 weeks.
Obliged, your lordship.
Mr. So and so, learned counsel for the respondent,
Yes, private respondents.
private respondent. And also MS so and so, for
State respondents.
state respondents. Press for fixing the matter on fixed date. When
First August, first August,
1st of August,
Okay,
will it be all right? Is it all right?
yes, your lordship.
List this matter on 01/08/2023.
May I please, my lord.
Yes,
My lord, item number 25.
25.
Yes, on behalf of my colleague, Mr. V. Jimomi, lordship, can you grant 3 weeks time to file counter?
Lordship, at the same time, let the interim to be continued.
25.
Lordship,
Mr. So and so, learned counsel for the state respondents. 2 weeks time to file counter affidavit. They are not being opposed by the learned counsel for the petitioner. This matter after 2 weeks,
3 weeks, lordship.
3 weeks. So as to enable the state respondents to file their counter affidavit. List after 3 weeks.
Bless you, lordship. Lordship,
Interim order, pass our lists and continue.
lordship, item 48 on behalf of Mr. V. Jimomi. Lordship, can you list the matter next week?
May I please, your lordship. Lordship, by order dated 22/5/2023, I was allowed to record my statement prior to the conferencing. However, the investigating officer is not willing to record my statement through video conferencing. By order dated 22/5/2023.
Well, see, it
Lordship,
is admission stage.
yes, lordship, this is being handled by my colleague, Mr. Vato. He's indisposed, lordship. Sprinkle his, also his, so it may be listed next week, lordship.
Then we'll see next week.
Okay.
Mr. K. Angami,
Lordship,
done public prosecutor. Submits that this matter is being handled by Mr. Jimomi,
V. Jimomi.
V. Jimomi, which is who is reported to be indisposed.
Lordship,
Mr. In view of the this matter, next week, which date? When?
lordship, on Tuesday, lordship.
26/7/2022.
Lordship, I have a similar prayer for item 49, lordship.
49,
Yes,
similar prayer, similar order.
then lordship, item 50. Item 50, 50, lordship. Lordship, I could not obtain instructions, so can you grant 2 weeks time?
49, same order.
50.
50, it's a bail application.
Lordship, yes.
Is there any interim?
Yes, this,
Any objection?
No, your lordship.
Okay. Mr. K. Angami, London Public Prosecutor, submits that he's yet to receive the case diary, therefore fresh for some time. And Mr. Accordingly, a praise is allowed, list this matter after 2 weeks.
Bless you, lordship.
Oblige, your lordship.
Lordship, item 68 on behalf of Mr. V. Jimomi. Can you list the matter next week, lordship?
68.
Lordship.
Have you taken consent?
No, lordship.
It's a hearing matter,
Lordship.
so take at least obtain consent.
Okay.
Since you are for respondent,
Yes,
you are for respondent.
lordship, yes. Lordship, I'm praying on behalf of Mr. V. Jimomi, lordship.
But then he might come later and object.
Lordship. Lordship, then item 51, lordship.
51.
Yes.
Yes,
On behalf of Mr. V. Jimomi, lordship. Kindly grant
so same order, 51. is reportedly indisposed. Prayer is allowed. List after 3 weeks.
Bless you, Lordship. Want to take short?
Please, your lordship.
Maybe, your lordship, I beg to mention item 26 to 45, your lordship. These are analogous matters, your lordship. Your lordship, here the affidavit is under preparation. So kindly grant 2 weeks time, your lordship.
26 to
45, your lordship.
Joshua. Where is Joshua?
Yes, Lordship.
What is the matter?
Lordship, here, the petitioners are challenging the seniority list of associate teachers.
Okay, then in that case, affidavit is required. MS so-and-so, learned counsel, learned state council. Submits that she may be granted 3 weeks time to file the control affidavit in this series of writ petition. List of MS so-and-so. Has no objection. List. Prayer is allowed. List after 3 weeks.
Much obliged, your lordship.
Much obliged.
May I please, your lordship? Your lordship, I beg to mention item number 7 to 24.
7 to
24.
what is this?
Your lordship, kindly grant us 3 weeks time to file our reply to affidavit of respondent number 5.
What is the matter?
Lordship,
Have you filed the control affidavit?
yes, we have filed. I'm for the respondent number 5.
Are
Your
you
lordship will be filing our reply.
reply?
Yes.
What is the matter?
Lordship, here they are challenging my order passed by the Nagaland Lokayukta. Where the Nagaland Lokayukta have passed direction to the DC and to the department. A direction to because they are at first there was the dismantle order was passed against the standing order by the concerned officers in Dimapur. So Lokayukta is passed to figure out the quarters which are yet to be dismantled and to cancel the dismantle order.
MS so-and-so, learned counsel petitioner submits that she may be granted some time to file affidavit in reply to the control affidavit filed by the respondent. Mr. Prayer is allowed. List this matter after
3 weeks.
2 weeks,
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Obliged.
May I please, your lordship?
Yes,
I beg to mention item 59 on behalf of the counsel for the petitioner. Your lordship, since the leading counsel is indisposed, if the matter may come up after 3 weeks.
59.
Yes, your lordship.
What is the matter?
Your lordship, here the petitioner is praying for posthumous regularization. Posthumous regularization. Your
Is it
lordship.
permissible under the law?
Your lordship, since I'm not in this matter.
As per Supreme Court,
Posthumous regulation is permissible.
no, Lordship, as per Supreme Court order, actually petitioner has no case now.
Huh?
Petitioner has no case now, Lordship.
No, anyway, that's not the issue. What I'm asking is the posthumous regulation permissible under the law?
No, Lordship. In view of the Supreme Court order,
Anyway, your senior is,
Yes, your lordship.
where is your senior?
Your lordship, he's indisposed.
Okay,
If the matter may come up after 3 weeks.
I'm a so-and-so learned counsel appearing on behalf of Mr. Sentinel.
Young.
Setianger. Learned counsel, the petitioner, who is reportedly indisposed. Press vote listing the matter after
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Mr. They are not being opposed by the London Government Council. List this matter after 3 weeks.
Much obliged.
May I please, your lordship? Lordship, I beg to mention item 47.
Hmm.
I may be given 3 weeks' time to file my reply.
Criminal revision,
Yes, lordship.
why reply is required?
We have received the affidavit in opposition, so
On the prayer of so and so, then the concept of the petitioner. List this matter after 3 weeks, so as to,
there's an interim, lordship.
so as to enable the petitioner to file affidavit in reply to the
Yes,
concept
Lordship, yes.
affidavit filed by the respondent. Prayer is allowed, list this after 3 weeks,
Yes, lordship.
interim order, earlier parcel continue.
Lordship.
May I please, your lordship?
Yes,
I beg to mention item number, hearing item number 58,
58,
that is WPC 88 of 2019.
yes.
Yes, we have just received the information from the standing counsel for the respondents that they won't be able to attend the hearing today. They won't be able to show up for the hearing. due to
Why,
some
why you should
difficulties.
mention on behalf of him?
Yes,
This-
that is, we are
this-
ready for a hearing, but since we have just received the information.
Who is the learned counsel?
They have recently changed their distinct standing counsel.
What is the matter, 2019?
Yes, lordship.
We'll hear it. We'll hear
Um,
you.
So if the matter can be fixed for 17th of August, on the 17th of August.
You are for petitioner.
Yes, lordship.
Why should mention for on behalf of the respondent?
For fixing the matter, sorry.
Next week, we'll see next week, 2019 matter.
Yes, lordship, but they have expressed their difficulty.
Who is the lawyer?
Navneet,
Learned counsel.
learned counsel Navneet Barua, I think. Outstation lawyer, he is outstation.
So and so, learned counsel for the petitioner submits that. The learned counsel for the respondent has expressed his inability to argue the matter today. Therefore, prays for listing the matter on 17/8/2023. Please stop. This court is not inclined to accept such a submission for adjournment of the matter. Please stop. However, since the respondent, the learned counsel to the respondent is reportedly expressed his inability, list this matter on 17 so and so, so and so. However, no, and as a last chance,
Right.
don't make a mention on behalf of the other party.
Yes.
You may discuss with them.
Yes.
You may discuss and take a consent and have a consent, adjournment prayer, but then not on behalf.
Yes,
You have
sir.
to have, they should engage somebody, there's so many, he may engage some other lawyer to make a mention. It is not proper.
Yes, lordship.
Lordship, hearing item 68,
68.
Lordship, we've taken the consent of the counsel of the petitioner as well as the counsel of the respondents here, Lordship.
Your Lordship, in this, there is a stay order against me. I am the private respondent. So this may be the last chance, Your Lordship.
Next week,
If
Lordship.
there is urgency involved, all pleadings are done.
It's a admission matter. It's okay.
Your Lordship, if it may be admitted, because pleadings are done, Your Lordship, because to be listed for admission hearing.
Now, since the lawyers are not there, learned counsel is not there, it doesn't
Your Lordship,
look proper.
Lordship,
When-
next week, Lordship.
Next week. As spread for the learned counsel for the party, list this matter next week.
Lordship.
Pledge, lordship.
May I please, Lordship, my lord, I beg to mention item number 55 and 56 on behalf of Mr. Angel. My lord, may this matter be fixed on 27th of this month.
See the last order. This 2016 matter, no adjournment.
Lately, my lord, my senior has to be out of station.
Last order.
May I please, Your Lordship, my lord, I may be allowed to make a small submission. My lord, here,
55, 56, 57.
my lord, yes. Huh? 50, 51, 52, my lord.
Okay,
Of course, list is different.
no, it's hearing matter, 55, 56, 57,
My lord,
analogous.
my lord,
See the last order.
yes, my lord. Here, my lord, my senior was ready to come and argue today. However, for some emergency purpose, he has gone out of the station. So on the next listing, I'll argue the matter, my lord. So if some time may be given, and my lord, I'm for respondent number 6. I'm for respondent number 6 here. All along, the petitioner counsel was taking the time. So if some time may be given, and if it can be on Thursday.
Where's the petition, learned counsel for the petitioner?
My lord, I'm for the petition.
You are not ready.
I'm ready, I'm ready.
Huh?
I'm ready, my lord.
Who is making mention?
The respondents by
Respondent number 6. And item number 56.
55, 56.
55 and 56.
Have you checked out the judgment, the order which I had passed?
Yes,
So maybe because of that. I think this court has already decided the matter,
yes.
so nothing survived.
If it can be listed next week, I'll argue the matter.
Next week,
Yes, my lord.
Mr. So-and-so learned counsel for the respondent number 6.
My lord.
In writ petition,
Writ petition 7 and 8.
7 and 8. Submits that his senior who is leading in the matter is reportedly indisposed. Therefore, press for listing the matter on 27,
My lord.
2023. You get that order of this court
My lord.
and try to argue.
My lord.
We'll finish on that. Maybe
Yes, your lordship. I beg, your lordship, I beg to mention item number 3, your lordship.
3.
This matter may be taken up next week, your lordship, on behalf of AIME, your lordship.
On behalf of
AIME, your lordship.
A,
AIME, your lordship, for the state respondents, your lordship.
civil revision.
Yes, your lordship. The only low point raised in this is the violation of section 15G of the Village Councils Act 1978, where the consent of the village was not taken while the village land has been disposed of to a person outside the village lordship. And the deputy commissioner by its order, has made an observation stating that as if the law is not applicable, it's a statutory law, it's an act. Basically, that's the question, your lordship, but if my learned friend is not available, I cannot insist.
Your Honor, I'm representing private respondent number 1 and 2. Your Honor, the petitioner, by a resolution was passed by an unorganized.
Are you arguing the
Allow-
matter or are you seeking adjournment?
Yeah, I'm ready for taking up the matter.
Your lordship, the state counsel has the brief. She is engaged in court 1, so she has difficulty.
Apparently, she has a hearing matter, dear. I have just been informed.
Your Honor, I've already filed my preliminary objection also on the period of limitation. That objection is.
Limitation.
Yes.
No, lordship, the question of limitation doesn't arise. If he wants to raise the issue, that's altogether a different issue, lordship.
No, we'll,
And it's not a separate objection, lordship. It's the overall
We'll consider
I-
all this.
yeah.
Your Lordship, I have no issue if my learned friend is heard, but if the matter is not ready, except for the main law point that I have raised, no other law points are involved, Lordship.
Your Honor, however,
Otherwise,
the
pleading-
limitation not applicable in this case. This is a. this is
Pleadings
a-
are completed. Pleadings complete.
No, Your Honor, I filed my preliminary objection, Your Honor.
You don't want to file the,
Your Honor, I've mentioned in my prayer that if my preliminary objection is not accepted, then I may be given the right to file my affidavit in opposition.
okay, you have filed an objection,
Yes, Your Honor.
maintainability.
No, even if the
Have you-
government counsel is
have
not, Lordship, if my learned friend wants to argue, in fact,
No, have you filed a reply?
have I filed a reply?
No, no.
No,
Apparently,
if
Lordship,
if he has filed an application
Lordship,
on the ground of maintainability, we may hear it.
Your Lordship, we can hear it now if my learned friend really insists. Because this is the second round of litigation before the Honorable Court. The question of limitation is done long time back, Lordship.
That was a case to.
Your Honor, I
decide this
satisfy the
matter.
court. This is a very
Well,
important
this is not
limitation.
If it's litigation, Lordship, that issue has to be raised, Lordship, at this point, how can that be raised? This is the second time litigation before the Honorable Court.
Otherwise,
That issue could have been raised in the first place, Lordship.
I've already raised that issue. It is just that till now the matter has not been taken up. And it is up to the discretion of this.
okay,
honorable
next
court.
week, on the prayer of learned counsel for the respondent. Respondent is said, this matter next week.
Your Honor,
You will hear it will be listed.
No, it's okay. Oh, no, Monday, I have another listed matter.
Your Honor,
Lordship.
on Friday, since I come from Dimapur, matter be fixed.
Friday.
Yes.
Friday is very difficult. Thursday,
Your Honor, I have a matter in Dimapur. There is.
anyway, Friday.
I have no difficulty accommodating my learned friend, Lordship.
But since he has filed an objection, I mean,
Madam.
on maintainability,
Lordship,
we'll hear
Lordship.
that first.
My lord,
You.
no issue,
Come,
Lordship.
whatever,
No, no.
if you want to file any object, I mean, reply to that, you may. We have 1 week time.
No, but not Friday, not Friday.
It's up to you. If you want to file any reply to that, IA.
Lordship,
IA is there.
Lordship, then, if my learned friend is really insisting on pressing his preliminary objection, then I may be allowed to file the reply, Lordship. 1 week's time, Lordship. I'll file it before that, Lordship.
Mr. Joshua, second learned counsel for the petitioner. Press that, he may be allowed to file reply today. IA, it is IA or it's
It's a
affidavit?
preliminary objection, Lordship.
The. No, if,
It's in the form of IA, Lordship. I'm not-
is it IA?
Oh,
Your Honor, it was recorrected by the registry, so it comes under
Okay.
preliminary objection. only.
So this is IA or just
No,
an
no.
objection?
Just an objection.
okay, Lordship.
No, in that case. You want to file a reply?
My lord,
You want to file reply? to
Yes,
the
Lordship,
objection?
few days, Lordship.
Mr. Joshua Siki, learned counsel for the petitioner. President, he may be allowed to file reply to the objection filed by the private respondent.
On it.
Where is the law? List this made after
After a week.
a.
Not that. It's okay. Okay. Oblige, your Lordship.
May I please, Your Lordship. May I be pleased to mention item number 72, Your Lordship. 72.
Last
Yes, last matter, Your Lordship.
matter.
Yes, Your Lordship. Better come next week because this matter has been endorsed to me recently, Your Lordship.
What is the matter?
Lordship, this matter pertains to compassionate appointment. Compassionate appointment.
Okay,
That's a short matter, Lordship, a deadline fixed, otherwise it is listed for hearing.
on the prayer of MS so learned council, learned state council, list this matter next week.
Twenty-five.
25, Your Lordship, Tuesday. Much obliged.
May it please your lordship. The impugned FIR is at page 20.
Yes,
Page 20, the impugned FIR.
30,
20.
20.
20.
Okay,
This was filed on 1st of May, 2023.
yes.
I'll just read out the body of this. With due respect, I would like to state few lines for kind perusal and necessary.
Yes,
action.
please use the mic. It's not audible.
With due respect, I would like to state few lines for kind perusal and necessary action, please. I am a businessman by profession, and sometime in the month of March 2021, one Varun Kumar Gandhi, claiming to be one of the directors of Lake House Saint Private Limited, approached me with business proposal and convinced me to invest in their company, which deals in real estate and property development projects. Mr. Varun Kumar Gandhi, in order to show his credibility, showed me various documents pertaining to his directorship of the said company, and also made a video call to another director, namely Mr. Avanish Chandraja, who is the petitioner here, and together they assured a profit/return on investments in their company. Subsequently, I was deceived to invest an amount of ₹14 crore in Lake House Saint Private Limited by executing written agreement on 8 March 2021, which was signed by Mr. Varun Kumar Gandhi, claiming to be the authorized signatory of the Lake House Saint Private Limited. As per the agreement and instruction from Mr. Varun Kumar Gandhi and Mr. Avanish Chandraja, I handed over the said amount to their authorized person who had come from Bihar and Delhi for collection of money, and the same was acknowledged by Mr. Varun Kumar Gandhi and Mr. Avanish Chandraja. Further, as per the agreement, I was assured an amount of ₹20 crore in view of my investment within 2 years from the date of execution of the agreement. I was also handed over a post-dated check drawn from Lake House Saint Private Limited from Axis Bank Limited, Golf Course Road, Branch, Gurgaon, bearing number 44054 for ₹14 crore for a capital amount, and check bearing number 4414 for ₹6 crore as profit return to be encashed after 2 years. That, however, on presentation of check bearing 4405 for ₹14 crore on 26 April 2023, the check was returned due to account block situation. And upon trying to reach out to the directors of the said company for returning my money as per the agreed terms, the concerned company and its authorized agents has failed to repay the agreed amount of investment. The matter as it stands today, Mr. Varun Kumar Gandhi and Mr. Avanish Chandraja are not responding to my phone calls and are deliberately avoiding any communication with me, and their actions clearly constitute and attracts penal offense punishable under the provisions of law. As such, I beseech the intervention of your esteemed authority to book the above named individuals under appropriate provisions of penal law. This was filed by the respondent number 2 in this instant petition. And essentially, the agreement is page 22. This agreement has been executed between respondent number 2 and the company, that is Lake House Saint Private Limited, who is the second party in this agreement, represented by the 2 directors, that is Varun Kumar Gandhi and the petitioner. At the moment, the Varun Kumar Gandhi is on anticipatory bail. Now, this agreement was executed on 8 March 2021, as has been stated in the FIR. And the crux is that the respondent number 2 will invest a certain amount of money, and the company will return the invested amount with profits. Now, apparently, he has submitted the check as in the advert in the FIR. He has submitted the check, post-dated check, but it has been returned or it has been dishonored. After that, only the FIR was filed. Your Lordship may-
Any complaint or case under NIA?
No, no, only this one. And in the,
Have you received the amount?
no,
He said, how much amount,
purportedly 14,
the complainant, the informant has
apparently he has invested a purported amount of 14 crore,
15 crore.
14 crore, which is not true. If somebody who had invested 14 crore, somebody, such a person would never be filing a
It
criminal
appears
complaint.
to be inducement,
No,
such type
your
of
Lordship may see the
business.
agreement. If the
14
agreement,
crore, 20 crores, you have lured
no, I have not.
the informant.
Even if, assuming that I have, it was the company which executed the agreement. Not me.
You are not the director of the
I am a
company.
director,
Then
but it was the company, and my ground is that no vicarious liability can be attached to the director. That is one of the grounds which I have taken in the petition. And if your Lordship sees the agreement, the offense of cheating, as has been held by the Supreme Court, the inducement or the dishonest, the fraudulent intention has to be there at the time the promise was made. It has to be reflected in the
that
agreement.
is too technical. On the face of the FIR, it appears inducement is there.
Now, your Lordship may kindly
Cheating will
allow
see
me to-
later.
allow me to take the Lordship to the agreement, at least for my benefit.
I have seen the agreement. The agreement itself shows it's an inducement.
No, the agreement shows that,
We'll issue notice today. We'll call for the record.
your Lordship, I'm praying for a stay on the investigation. I may be allowed to persuade your Lordship to at least take your Lordship to the agreement.
On the
as well
face
as-
of the FIR,
If your Lordship sees the
there's
agreement,
an inducement.
if your Lordship sees the agreement, which is the basis of the FIR, for the FIR, the agreement will show that the respondent to voluntarily or his own volition, he was satisfied with the, or whatever the requirements from the company, with the status of the company, and that is how he invested. There is no sign to show that he was induced or there was a dishonest intention on the part of the company to induce the respondent to invest. The agreement nowhere shows that. The terms of the agreement, your Lordship will also see that the respondent number 2, the complainant was satisfied. And that was how, and in this manner, the agreement was executed.
What is the stage of proceedings?
The accused here is in judicial custody at the moment.
Judicial custody.
Judicial custody at the moment.
That is the whole problem. If we suspend stay the proceeding, since the accused in the custody, will it not unnecessarily
No, once your
kind of
Lordship,
overreach?
if your Lordship
to the
is,
proceedings.
if your Lordship is enough to stay the investigation, then the accused can apply for bail for the
No, that's what I'm saying.
jurisdictional court.
That is another jurisdiction. Granting, not granting a bail. If he is in judicial custody, if this court stay the proceedings, it may amount to usurping the power of the trial court.
No, my humble submission would be that it will not. In fact, if your Lordship is pleased enough to stay the investigation, then the accused will immediately file a bail application before the jurisdictional court.
No, that is the difficulty. Otherwise, there would not have been any issue.
Will your Lordship allow?
Today we'll issue notice. Your interim orders will consider next return of that.
Very well,
All right,
very well.
because you see, let us be very fair. Had it been not in jail or judicial custody, I would have fastened.
To be fair enough, he was already in judicial custody in another case in Delhi.
Not in this case.
Not in this case. He was
Not in this case.
not in this case. So when he was there in judicial custody in Delhi, this FIR was filed.
Okay.
Pursuant thereof, the investigation, the IO found out that he was in judicial custody in Delhi. So application was filed. I have also annexed the order of the CGM. Application was filed before the CGM
Let us see where it is.
at page 28. Page 28.
28.
Yes. This is dated 16/5/2023.
Yes.
The Lordship may come down to the last paragraph where the IO of the case also submits before this honorable court that the aforementioned accused person is currently under JC in crime CW Delhi Crime Tihar Delhi. And in view of this, the IO has sought in the next page. The IO has sought for. In view of the above, IO of the case prays that accused Avnish Chandraja be shown as arrested and production warrant be issued against him. Accordingly, the trial court was pleased to issue the production warrant and was also pleased to show the accused as arrested. Now, in my petition, I've also taken a ground that this practice of showing the accused as arrested is alien and is illegal to the procedure mentioned in CRPC. Thereafter, on the next page, page 30. Apparently, on this day, the matter was called, and even on this 26th of May 2023, the accused was still in Delhi under judicial custody. And thereafter, the IO again prayed for production warrant, issuing of production warrants. The second last paragraph. It is in this context that this instant application has been moved for issuance of fresh production warrant, as the Delhi police had failed to produce the aforementioned accused person on 23/5/2023. And accordingly, the learned CGM was pleased to issue the production warrant, fixing the date for production on 13 June 2023.
Okay, will its notice. Consider the interim prayer next returnable. Heard Mr.
L. Irrelevant.
and Iran. Learned counsel for the petition.
Maybe Lordship, I have instruction to appear for the complainant, respondent 2.
Respondent number 2.
Lordship.
One Lord, respondent number 1.
Okay. So it's in the investigation stage,
Yes,
though case has been registered.
yes. So even if your lordship is pleased enough to suspend the investigation, then again, I'll be automatically,
No,
I'll go back to
we'll-
GC and
no,
tell you.
we'll,
As far as this case,
we'll call for the CD. We'll call for the CD
you know,
and will your entry prayer will be considered on the
Yeah,
basis of
yeah,
the CD. Because it's prima facie, I find this court finds that there is
I-
prima facie kind of inducement, such huge amount. I mean, how this informant and these people
if anybody who
came
had
to track
invested,
of such a, business. This is something.
lordship, once your lordship may see the agreement, then there's.
Of course,
no
we'll
case
see
of
the
abuse.
records, we'll go by the records and the law. Anyway. That Mr. So-and-so let me consult with the petitioner, next para. Also heard Mr. K. Angami, Lieutenant Public Prosecutor for the state, appearing on behalf of respondent number 1. And Mr.
Foseko.
Fosiko Pote, learned counsel for the respondent
Number
number
2, Lordship.
next para. By filing this application under section 482 of CRPC from 1973, the petitioner prays for quashing of the criminal proceedings instituted pursuant to the FIR number 29 of 2003 and Suburban Police Station, Dimapur, under section 409/420 of the 34 of IPC, 1860. And the consequential GR case number 302 of 2003. Pending before the Chief Judicial Magistrate, Dimapur. This is the next para. Have you prayed for quashing of the FIR?
Yes,
In that case, you just delete, right, press. You start from petitioner phrase for quashing of the FIR being SBN PS case number 29 of 2023 under section 409 of the 420 of the 34 IPC and the consequential GR case number so and so pending before the Chief Judicial Magistrate Dimapur. Next, issue notice returnable 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks be all right. Returnable within 2 weeks. Call for the city. Mr. Since Mr. Osiko Potter, Learned Counsel, appears on behalf of the respondent number 2, no formal notice will be served. Have you furnished the extra copy?
I furnished it to the PP, but as far as the private respondent, I can furnish today.
You
For the
furnish-
respondent, I'm sure I can finish.
You will
today.
furnish or you have furnished?
No, I'm here to furnish because
Okay.
notice is
Yeah,
yet
how
to be
about-
issued.
The learned counsel for the petitioners and furnish copy of the application to the learned counsel for the respondent number 2.
All right.
The next paragraph, the prayer for interim, the interim prayer of the petitioner shall be considered on the next returnable date.
Lordship, if I may be allowed to file objection.
Anyway,
Bless my lord.
the before the last para, interim before that, the learned counsel for the respondent number 2 may file objection to the application, if so advised. Same person,
Same, different complainant,
different agreement and different
Different
FIR
complainant.
complainant,
and case.
different case.
You just change the, the number.
The offense, some slight difference also.
FIR is 0020 of 2023. This is also a new land police station. New land PS case number 0020 of 2023. Under section 420, 406 oblique 471 IPC 1860. And the consequence, their case is 396 of
Yes.
2023. Same order.
I'm obliged.
My please, Lordship.
Yes.
Lordship, I'm making a mention of on behalf of my senior here, Mr. Gauhati. Lordship, on 22/6/2023, this matter was heard by the learned judge, Justice Kagito Sema. And we were of the impression that this matter was kept CAV, Lordship. However, to our surprise, it has come.
Where is the order?
22/6/2023, Lordship. The last order, Lordship.
22.
Yes, 6/2023. Lordship heard Mr. Imtilongja, learned counsel for the applicant, and heard Mr. Gauhati.
No,
Learned
this is an
counsel.
order for listing the matter after summer vacation.
Yes, so Lordship, if we pray that this matter may be listed in the appropriate court before Justice K. Sema next week.
Why?
Since the matter was heard, if the matter has been released or not.
My lord.
Is it the procedure?
No, Your Lordship.
There is nothing to show that it was,
Yes, Lordship. So this matter can be
it
listed
was
next
heard
week,
in
Your
part.
Lordship. Yes,
It doesn't reflect.
yes. It will be listed next week, Your Lordship.
See, what is IA?
My lord,
Is it,
there is a
is it
delay.
Experience in your learner, delay for filing a writ petition,
My
which
lord,
IA is required under the Limitation Act.
my lord,
Limitation Act as such doesn't apply.
my lord, I was directed by at the time of motion. So accordingly,
I don't agree.
my lord,
This court doesn't agree. IA is not required.
my lord,
You may make you may make explanation in the writ petition
my lord,
that by Constitutional Bench judgment 1964,
1964.
year 1964, Supreme Court 1006, State of Madhya Pradesh versus by Constitutional Bench judgment. See this limitation, there is no rule pursuant to the section Article 226 that the suppose if there is a delay
My lord,
which is more than the prescribed period of the prescribed period in the Limitation Act for civil proceedings,
my lord,
that can be taken as a help. I mean, the aid to the condoning the delay, but no separate IA can be filed invoking the Section 5 of the Limitation Act. That is not the law. And 13 years, sir, have you come across that short classic story written by American author Washington Irving, Rip Van Winkle,
my lord,
published in 1819, a story, a classic short story, wherein a man awakes after 20 years to the change world, having missed the American Revolution. Read that story.
my lord,
You are coming after 13 years. This Rip Van Winkle, it's a classic story, but it is good in literature, not in law. You are not debarred from explaining the delay in the writ petition,
my lord,
but this court is of the view that no separate IA is required under Section 5, in view of the fact that the Limitation Act as such, it doesn't apply for delay and laches, because there are active members of judgment of the Supreme Court, Honorable Supreme Court, that delay and laches can be ground to reject your petition. The reason is you have to be vigilant if you have a right.
my lord, my lord.
So it may be listed next week, Your Worship. Since my senior is not keeping well, Your Worship. So I pray that this matter will be taken up next week, Your Worship, before your court also.
Next week.
Yeah, next week. Yes.
My lord,
So you think about it, will not entertain, accept your IA under this
5.
Section 5 application, this court will not accept. But you are you have a liberty to argue, explaining the delay.
my lord,
But before that, you read that Rip Van Winkle.
much obliged.
Much obliged, Your
Mr. Soetso, learned counsel, appearing on behalf of Mr.
Young Robert is.
Learned CGSC. So Mr. His senior is
Indisposed due to some health issues.
get for press for listing the matter next week.
Yes, sir.
Praise the Lord. The prayer has not been objected to by the learned counsel with petitioner. Praise the Lord. List this matter after a week.
Much obliged.
Much obliged. Lordship, I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. V. Jumomi. The state has filed affidavit, Lordship.
We'll dismiss this for non-prosecution.
Lordship.
What is the matter?
Lordship, my colleague is handling the matter, Lordship.
None appears for the petitioner are on call. Next paragraph. When this matter was called on 8/6/2023. Non appears on 8/6/2023. This court has observed that none had appeared. And the petitioner was remained absent on the last listing also. This court has adjourned the matter. So as to give, by giving last opportunity to do that. Learned counsel for the petitioner. Opportunity to the petitioner for 4 weeks. Mr. K. Angami, learned counsel for the state respondent appeal. Mr. This court is also of the same view that this court is no, just delete it. In view of the repeated absence of the learned counsel to the petitioner. It is seen that the parties may not be interested in the matter any longer. In view of that, this writ petition dismissed for non-prosecution.
Bless you, Lordship.
Six. Is all adjourned? Yes.
Lordship.
What is this?
Yes, this notification, as per a notification dated 8 June 2022. The Honorable Chief Justice has directed that habeas corpus petition should be listed in the division bench. This is the order. So,
Why, which the insurance? If this is the case, why this is the understanding when there is a notification? Who is the in charge? No, who is the in charge? Of all this thing, who check this, which bench should go and division bench single bench? Bench section, who is the in charge, registrar or others? Call him. Call him. We'll take after some time. All right. What is to be done today?
If your lordship desires to dispose of the petition, then I have no objection.
Huh?
If your lordship wants to dispose of the petition, but some of the parties are not present here.
It's not audible. Please use your mic. I think you are too tall.
The service of,
the mic.
service of notice on the respondent number 4 is yet to be completed.
Okay.
And as far as the respondent number 1 and 2 are concerned, it was, they were represented by my learned senior counsel, Siti Jamil, on the last occasion.
We have not received the LCR also.
Yes.
So parties duly represented?
1 and 2 was represented.
1 and 2.
Yes.
How many respondents?
4 respondents.
So have you taken steps?
Yes, I've taken steps on the respondent number 4.
Doesn't reflect anything. Where is steps? They have taken steps, but nothing has been shown yet. You have not. Yes, only it reflects, office note only reflects about the LCR.
It's all right. I can take fresh steps, no problem.
You take
Allow me some time to take steps.
Mr. So-and-so learned counsel for the petitioner. Submits that he may be allowed to take steps for service of notice upon respondent number 4. 4.
Yes.
Only 4. 3 and 4.
4 only. 3 is already
And
represented.
for respondent number 3, lordship.
3. 2 and 1 and 2 already represented. Huh?
Yes.
I'll take steps from 1 and 2 also then. 1 and 2 also.
1 is government.
Yes.
2 is general manager transport. This is also government.
Lordship, on the last occasion, a special counsel appeared on behalf of respondent number 1 and 2.
Okay.
Appearance was entered by Mr. Siti
Okay, so we will
Jamil.
not say anything. In that case, submits that he may be allowed to take steps for respondent number 4. Praise the Lord. Petitioner takes steps for service of respondent number 4 by registered post with AD within 2 days.
Yes.
Next para. Office note dated 6/7/23 reflects that the LCR is yet to be received. Mr. Registry to send reminder for LCA.
Your lordship, that the matter will be called after 2 weeks.
This matter after 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Okay.
Subsequently, there is another case which was detected and the person doesn't.
Okay. So it has to be very, you have to be very careful. Because they say unnecessary, I mean, taking adjournment and on this, because they were still talking. So like to streamline it, on this, when they, all these notification decisions should be. Okay.
There is another case.
So will this will be listed before the division bench.
Yes, Lord. Maybe listed on the next week, on 26.
Office note dated 19/7/2023 indicates that the matter should be listed before the division bench in view of the order number 37 dated 8 June 2022. Registry to take necessary steps.
Lordship, date may be reflected.
No, it will be listed before divisional bench because this court cannot pass any order. No.
Obliged.
Beyond jurisdiction.
Lordship, in this matter, I have been engaged to represent the respondent number 2,
Okay.
the private respondent. So I may be given 3 weeks time to,
3 weeks.
yes, Your Lordship, to file reply and along with Wakalan number.
Lordship, in the meantime, if records may be called for Lordship for hearing.
Okay. Heard Mr. Mohajemi, learned counsel for the petition. Next, Mr. Pongpok Pongena, learned counsel for learned counsel. Some state he has been engaged by the respondent. He has been authorized to appear on behalf of respondent number 2, for which he seeks 2 weeks time, so as to enable him to take appropriate steps in the matter. Praise the Lord. Mr. What sort of records you are praying for quashing of the FIR?
Yes, Lordship.
Then we'll call for the CD.
Yes, Lordship.
CD.
And if there's any preliminary inquiry report, Lordship.
We'll ask for the status. Status.
Yes, Your Lordship. That
Status
will
of the
Lordship,
status
yes.
report.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
Yes, yes, lordship.
call for the status report pertaining to FIR dated 8/2/2023. In Mokokchung PS Roman 2, case number 0026 of 2023 under section 447-143-506 IPC. This matter after 3 weeks.
Lordship. Obliged, Lordship.
One by one.
May I please, Your Lordship?
Yes.
Lordship, I'm appearing on behalf of my senior. Kindly we fix this matter after 2 weeks. Kindly we fix this matter after 2 weeks.
Why?
My senior went out due to some emergency. My senior, he went out. Some emergency work came up.
Joshua,
Yes.
was
Lordship.
here,
Yes, Lordship.
was ready to argue another matter.
Lordship, he went out. Some.
We have preserved this time for this matter only. What's the time now?
No objection. Your Worship.
What emergency?
Some emergency. work
Health
came-
issue, health issue,
Yes, Lordship.
health issue.
Yes, Lordship.
He has suddenly fell sick.
No, Lordship, at home, his wife called him.
Okay,
Yes.
Home Minister.
Yes.
You know what is the matter?
Land compensation.
So you are good.
Lordship,
Then compensation is very simple matter.
my apologies, Lordship, but I'm not prepared.
You prepare tomorrow. We'll hear you tomorrow.
Lordship,
Okay,
Tuesday,
tomorrow is
Friday.
Friday. We'll hear you tomorrow. You prepare tonight. Land compensation,
Yes.
land compensation or
Damage.
Damage. What we,
Huh?
damage.
Damage. Damage compensation.
damage.
Yes, damage.
What sort of damage?
Your Lordship,
How their land has been damaged? You are
for the state respondents,
you tell us.
we are only supervisory agent, Your Lordships.
Hmm?
We are for supervisory agent.
Hmm.
The employer is the Union of India,
Okay.
and the work was executed by the NHIDCL.
Hmm.
And the,
So they are seeking compensation
by the,
for
By the-
damage of their land.
they are actually demanding for land compensation,
Okay.
but there is no provision for land compensation.
What
They
is
are
the,
looking for damage that compensation is
what
possible.
is the project?
It's about,
It's a construction of road.
yes, Your Lordship.
Construction of road. Lordship. It's in the district of Mon, Lordship.
Hmm. Is there any interim order?
No, Your Lordship.
Okay. Construction completed?
Is still ongoing.
It's ongoing.
Yes, Your Lordship. If Your Lordship may be pleased to turn to para 7, running page 3 of my affidavit in opposition filed by the state government respondents.
Respondent number?
Respondent number 4, that is Deputy Commissioner Noon.
Page
Running page 3, Your Lordship.
3.
Para 7.
Yes,
May I read, Your Lordships?
yes.
That in regard to the statement made in para 13 of the writ petition, the office has sought clarification from NHITCL, for which it clearly states that MOU rate was inadvertently used for reference to 2 letters of correspondence between MRTH and NHITCL, and for which the said letters were supplemented in the RTI response letter on the 24th July 2021. Letter number such and such from the office of the respondent. It is also pertinent to state herein that the office of the Deputy Commissioner have clearly stated with the agreed petitioners that the amount sanctioned stands pertaining only in regard to damage compensation of package 3, 4, and 5. Further, the respondent has sought clarification from NHITCL with regard to damage compensation amounting to 9.92 crores deposited to Deputy Commissioner's account. The clarification from NHITCL, letter such and such, dated 2nd November 2021, where states strengthening and not whitening of the existing law from SSP Nala to Sivapur/Dichan Nala main town area. That is the main crux of the matter, Your Worship.
So what is their prayer?
The prayer is for whitening and for land compensation. However, there is no provision for land compensation, Your Worship.
But is it a private land? Is it the land belongs to the petitioners?
Your Worship, this road passes through the heart of the main town. As far as the
No, unless you say the land belongs to the government, where the petitioner cannot claim.
this is only
You have to
strengthening.
consider.
We have never touched any portion of land. We have never damaged any.
No, there is
we have
one
never
thing.
encroached the
But then the land
land.
belongs to the private individuals.
Yes, Your Worship. However, we have done so far only for
Widening,
no,
strengthening.
strengthening, Your Worship. We have very done,
But the
widening was not done.
means you just reconstruct it on the same
Yes, Your Worship.
same space.
Yes, Your Lordship. Accordingly, we have filed our affidavit also, stating all the reasons.
More. You are appearing for?
Respondent 6, that is NHIDCL Lordship. Lordship, in this case, the petitioners are seeking for 3 prayers, Lordship. The question set aside the letter written by the NHIDCL to the state authorities. Second is, Lordship, they are seeking for fresh verification of that their main concern, Lordship. The matters with regard to strengthening, as the Leonard additional AG has pointed out, Lordship, to conduct fresh verification. Third is for payment of the compensation, Lordship. Now, in this case, Lordship, we are an implementing agency as NHIDCL, Lordship. We are appointed by the MOT, the central government. Now, Lordship, what has happened in this case, we have appointed a contractor. He is the respondent number 7, Lordship. Despite of notice, he has not appeared. Otherwise, they are claiming some compensation as well as widening of the road, Lordship. We have filed our affidavit. We have stated categorically in the affidavit that the project, the main concern in this petition is that portion of the land, it is only for strengthening, that it's not widening. That's what we have stated in our affidavit, Lordship.
What they are saying that is in widening, therefore
Widening, yes,
it has
yes.
the damage.
Yes, Lordship. So for all fairness, if the petitioner may be given some time and to go to the records, and if she may be allowed to argue on the next date, Lordship. Otherwise, the pleadings are complete, Lordship.
No, obviously it's in hearing stage.
Lordship.
It's listed for hearing also.
Yes, Lordship, it's listed for hearing, Lordship, I agree. All the pleadings are complete, Lordship, all the respondents.
One thing, if it's on existing or the new construction?
Existing, Lordship, existing, Lordship.
Existing.
Yes, Lordship.
According to the government, it belongs to, land belongs to the government. Not the private individual.
No, Lordship, it is a private individual land, Lordship.
Land belongs
Yes,
to private
Lordship.
individual.
Yes, it belongs to the petitioner's, Lordship. In fact, it is 5 analogous matters are listed here, Lordship.
Which crosses all the lands of the.
Yes, Lordship, yes, Lordship.
So if it is, had it been a widening,
yes,
you are supposed to pay the compensation.
Exactly, Lordship.
If it is only strengthening, so there's no compensation provided under the project.
there is a provision for damage compensation.
Okay.
That is made available and which was deposited to the account of
So
the.
according to you, since it is an strengthening,
Yes, Your
therefore
Worship.
there's no damage to the land.
No,
Therefore, no compensation can be paid.
Exactly.
This is your
Yes.
stand. So when, tomorrow, next week, or after 2 weeks?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's not sure.
I'm a so-and-so learned counsel appearing on behalf of Mr. Joshua Seki. List these matters on 26th.
25th, Lordship.
25th, 2507/2023.
Much
Much
obliged.
obliged.
From the section, court to over.